6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday morning. I don't know what it's like where you're coming in from, but it was dark this morning. It was raining this morning. Those sheets were warm this morning. Goodness. We could have slept on in, but no, let's get this day started. Hope everybody's doing good this morning. My name is Chad Free, and I'm a wealth strategist, and I believe true wealth is built from the inside out, and it's an abundance of anything that you value. And I beat that drum all the time because I feel like I am living proof of that. And when your alignment's right, then your assignment becomes very, very clear. And so anyway, I'm happy to be on this morning. It's a little chilly here as well. As you can see, I put my lumberjack cover on here. Yep. This weekend I had the AC on up here, and this morning I got the heat on. So I hope everybody's doing good. Before we get started, let's start with our affirmations. All right. You know the drill, guys. We're going to come off of mute. We're going to come off of mute. We're going to hit that button, and we're going to say it like we mean it. But if you don't believe it, don't say it. All right. We can't have you telling stories first thing Monday morning. All right. So on 3, 1, 2, 3. I am created on purpose for a purpose.
You are created on purpose for a purpose.
Man, isn't that just beautiful? That was the most beautiful harmonizing sound ever. Well, good morning. Again, my name's Chad Free, and I am coming to you just outside of Greenville, South Carolina. And it's getting close to Halloween. It's getting close. I think fall is bringing winter with it. Like fall just can't come visit, by itself. It's just bringing winter with it. So whatever. That's what we got these days. Today, I want to talk to you about what would it be like to start attracting? Let's talk about business. Attracting versus chasing all the time, or attracting opportunities instead of chasing all the time, or maybe attracting the right partnerships instead of chasing all the time. I truly believe that sometimes chasing and that hustle is the very thing that can get you stuck. I was watching a movie last night with the wife, and there was a truck in the snow, and all of a sudden it got stuck. And the more it spun its wheels, the deeper it got. The more it spun its wheels, the deeper it got. You ever felt like that? You're spinning your wheels, you're trying so hard, but you're not getting anywhere. You ever feel like that? Sometimes we got to step out, get out of the truck, walk around the truck, kind of look and see what's going on. Well, you need to start thinking logically. If I keep spinning those tires, started out, it wasn't as deep, but I've been spinning these tires. Now I'm real deep. So sometimes we can't see that picture, our own picture, because we're stuck inside the frame. We have to step away sometimes, hit that reset button. That's just what we got to do, right? But I do believe that you can attract without chasing. I personally believe everything's already it's laid out for you. But you have to step into it. You have to choose to step into that. Now, what I mean by that is God already has a plan for you, but it's your choice if you want to get in line with it. Because Proverbs 19:21 says, Again, I say it all the time, but it's so important. Man has many plans, but God's purpose will prevail. I think we should start asking ourselves that a lot when we get stuck. Well, is this my plan? Is this something that I'm wanting to do, or is this what you have for me? I think it's very important. So I think that the shift, all of this material comes from my book, The Wealth Revolution. And it's all about, salespeople are taught to close. That's what we're taught. A lot of trainings in different companies, they focus on knowledge and skill. They don't focus on confidence. They don't focus on attitude a lot of times. But if you do a survey, a lot of the C-suite executives would say that attitude is more important than knowledge and skills. And your attitude is a fruit, I believe, from your confidence and from your spirit. So is your spirit aligned, and are you confident? So most people are taught to chase leads, chase closings, chase money. But that, like I said, could be the thing that's keeping you stuck. The more that we hustle, we create pressure a lot of times if we're not mindful of where the hustle needs to be coming from and what direction we need to be going in. And when you operate from pressure, listen to me, you begin to repel. You think about it. Ask yourself. You can tell if somebody's pressuring you, they're probably under pressure. Now, I'm not saying all car dealerships are like this. We actually had a very pleasant car buying experience wasn't too long ago. But it was like they could take it or leave it. You either want the car or you don't want the car kind of deal. But they wouldn't, what's it going to take to get you in that thing today? Right? You know those kind. Well, I know that's what you say, but explain to me this, and this. And I understand you have to ask questions. But sometimes your discernment can see if somebody's under pressure. Commission breath is what I've often heard that being called. And people can sense that from you. So when you operate from peace and from that confidence, you really begin to attract. You do. I believe that you need to connect with purpose. That's where the confidence comes from. Confidence is not a skill. It's a spiritual connection. It doesn't come from your closing ratio. It comes from knowing who you are and whose you are. It really does. When you chase, I really believe that is born from a spirit of lack. A lot of people have a lacking mindset, especially like when you have a big closing. You've heard me talk about it before. And you get a big commission. You want to hold on to that commission. You want to look at it. That means money is your source. Whether you want to admit it, whether that doesn't feel good to admit it, that means that money is what is making you feel comfortable and at peace. And that shouldn't be. But sometimes when you struggle with money, hey, guess who I'm talking to? I'm talking to me. I feel qualified that I can say these things because every bit of this is what I've experienced. We don't want that money to go anywhere. We're going to watch it. We're going to watch it right here. You know what I mean? Don't leave. But what is money? Money is currency. It's meant to move. It's a resource. It should never be a source. So attraction comes from having the faith and having abundance, or the faith in abundance. Knowing that you're going to be took care of as long as you're doing what you're called to do. Let's just stop right there. That's it. If you have faith in and you are truly seeking and pursuing who you were created to be, can I just go ahead and tell you, the end of the story is going to work out to the best of in your favor. I promise, no matter what. So I would say take action, take about 60 seconds before each call, and just ask God to center you, to be you. To be you. I'm called to attract and not chase. You can't, did you know what? You can't lose something that you don't already have. So don't be fearful that you're going to lose a deal on how you're going to talk to them and all of that stuff. Just be you. Get on the phone. John will tell you, I'll get on the phone with some howdy-doody people. I'm talking about millions and millions of millionaires. Now, I don't have this on. I might, be dressed up a little more, but I have done this before. Where are you calling from? Well, I'm calling from Massachusetts. And that's how I'll open up. You know what I mean? I'll break the ice like that, and they'll bust out laughing. I don't care. I'm just being me. Now I'm serious when I need to be serious. But those of you that hear me talk, I'm not putting on any kind of facade for anybody. I don't fake it till I make it. I did that for years. Guess what? That didn't work. Just be me. And when I just started being me, that's where I humbly say this, but the right people started coming into my life that helped me get to my goals. Declare daily that I am called to attract and not chase. Opportunities find me because I'm walking in obedience and not fear. Number 3, position your value. Be the magnet. Yep, South Kakalaki. That's right. Just Chad from South Kakalaki. That's exactly right. Be the magnet, not the megaphone. Now, if you're the megaphone, sometimes I'm the megaphone when I get yayed up. But don't be the megaphone if you don't have to be the megaphone. Be you. And when you're you, you will automatically be the magnet. But listen, you don't have to attract everybody. Somebody said it one time, I think it was Derek. He said, I will help anybody, but I'm not for everybody. I'm willing to help anybody, but I'm not for everybody. That's pretty strong. And when you have that mindset of that, accompanied with one of the best things that I've ever learned is that rejection. Just tell yourself there's no such thing as rejection. Some will, some won't. So what? Next. People are drawn to certainty and purpose. Certainty and purpose comes from confidence and comes from your spirit, not noise. You need more magnetic energy that comes from your confidence, your story and energy, or your brand. People buy your belief before they buy your product. I took not a sales class, but I was at a boot camp with Coach Burt, and he talked about, I don't know what he called it, but when somebody says, what do you do for a living? How do you answer that? And so you start by saying, what do you believe? And when you talk about what you believe, either you're going to have alignment with that person or they're going to check out. And doing business with somebody that can align with your values makes business so much easier. So during that time, I said, well, before I tell you what I do, let me tell you what I believe. I believe that everybody's created on purpose for purpose, but too often their mindset and their money often prevent them from even thinking about purpose and pursuing it, because they're so focused on surviving that they don't know what it's like to thrive. They're just trying to get by. They're on the hamster wheel. And look, if people are following me there and they say, you know what, I believe that. So I help people get off of hopium and get their money off the roller coaster and put it on the escalator. And money becomes their provision for their vision. And we do that by helping people eliminate or reduce their taxes and debt and increasing their wealth substantially without interrupting their current lifestyle. I hadn't said that in a long time, matter of fact, but I still got it ingrained in me, right? But that's what I do. And listen, if somebody wants to keep talking to me at that point in time, that means they believe somewhat or a lot of what I believe, and they want to know more. And I just told them what I believed. I didn't say, hey, you need to believe this too, right? I didn't say, let me show you what you need to be doing. I don't know what they need to be doing, because I don't know what they need to be doing, because I don't know what they're doing now. They buy your beliefs and what you stand for before they buy your product. When you talk to people, do you truly care about them? There's a saying, and I hear it all the time, but I just don't know it right now. It's people don't care what you know. They want to know that you care. Something like that. Y'all ever heard that before?
Yes.
Yeah. So let me ask you a question. When you're talking to people, again, you got to step outside the box, step out of that frame, and ask yourself, are you asking questions that truly want to get to the bottom of what this person's trying to achieve, what their problems are? Are you truly talking about them? One of the first things that I say when I have somebody come on my calendar is, I'm like, listen, first of all, this is all about you. I don't look at who you are. Oh, this is a married person in their middle 40s. This right here, I already know what I'm gonna do for them. I don't do that. And I let them know that. It's all about you. Right now, you're A and you're trying to get to B. My job is to see if I can make your B bigger than you anticipated or closer than you anticipated. But I don't know. I learned this from someone that I work with. It's one of the best things ever. Is I've got 100 different puzzle pieces, right? And I got a box with no picture on it. And it's through having a conversation with you, Mr. or Mrs., and truly understanding what you're trying to do, what you're trying to achieve, that's when that picture on the box starts revealing itself. And then that tells me and shows me what puzzle pieces that I need to start with, or what corner do I need to start with. But I say all that up front because it's all about them. Yes. And you know what? If they're already doing something that's working, I'm going to say, hey, guess what? You need to stay right where you are. Do you know that that right there has gotten me some referrals before? Because I didn't, hey, guess what? You're in awesome shape. Whoever put you in that plan, they were truly looking out for you. And that is great. And you stay right there. We can look at doing X, Y, Z down the road if that ever comes up. But man, you're golden. Sometimes that's shocking to people. But it's all about doing the right thing and caring. And guess what? That's attracting. That's not being a megaphone. That's not chasing. That's just being pleasant, a pleasant human being that's trying to help somebody. And if you're in sales, which most of us are, that's what we got to do. Be that consultant or that advisor. So every morning I ask, how can I please you, Lord, and who can I serve today? Please, God, serve people. Empty me out so you can fill me up. Then act with purpose. And when I say purpose, purpose is daily. It's not necessarily the destination. It's a direction, and it's daily. Because if you stay so focused, now listen to this right here. If you stay so focused on the destination, you're going to miss the blessings right here in front of you. Come on. That was me, guys. Forever and ever and ever. Out there, you've heard me say it, throwing the ball. Matter of fact, I got some ballers. I'll brag on that. I got some ballers. I wasn't a baller, but I got some balling kids. But I'd be throwing the ball with them. Guess what? I'm thinking about the deal closing tomorrow. Consumed. I wasn't present, and I was missing those blessings right here in front of me. Or I'd be so focused on that destination that I don't know that this to be true, but guess what? There could have been opportunities walking right in front of me to meet the right people who could open up the right doors for me. It only takes one person to open up to a whole new area of people. I mean, like Brock. Just by me getting connected with Brock, look, it's opened up the door to this. To be able to get in front of you all. Relationship capital is huge. It's huge. I've heard somebody say, golly, all these are Coach Burt. You don't need more money, you need more people. That's true. So, as we close out, your next level, I'm just going to tell you, it's not going to come from more grind. You don't have to chase money when you're walking with purpose. Money chases you. And I say that with every ounce of my being. I truly believe that. You have to pursue and not just participate. You have to pursue, but you pursue your purpose. Get off the sideline. I know most of y'all can fill in the blanks. Y'all can finish my sentences. Quit waiting for leftovers to shake out in your favor. because you're called to get into the game. And when we're not getting in the game, we are literally robbing the world of what God gave us to give. I believe it down to my toesies, even that pinky toe. I'm telling you. Guys, I hope you have learned a little from this, but when you attract the right people and opportunities come and income comes, you're aligned and you're not anxious. And I'll tell you something else too. I said this the other day when I was talking about my son. Failure is necessary for success. It is necessary. You got to have failure. But that fear of failure will keep you from success. That fear of rejection, that'll keep you from success. Approval addiction will keep you from success. When you're trying to please people, that will keep you from success. Don't call up people like I did and say, hey, is now a good time? I don't mean to bother you. I don't want to bother you. You automatically crawl into that person. Guess what? If you believe and you have that confidence and that purpose and you have something, hey, is now a good time? I've got something that you really need to hear about. And if they don't want to hear it, you don't need them. That's when you say some will, some won't. So what? Gone. Next. But don't try to be somebody that you're not. And don't try to please somebody. The only person you need to please is God. That's it. And be who you were created to be. All right, guys. That's all I got this morning. I hope you learned a little something. But guess what? I want to this is what I enjoy doing right here. I talk about the money. I teach people how to do money, blah, 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 blah. And I love it. But I love people having that mindset revolution and experiencing the wealth revolution and truly understanding that true wealth is built from the inside out. And it's about walking in peace and walking in that confidence. And the only way you can get it is when your alignment is with your assignment. So that's all I got, guys. Anybody got anything for me this morning you'd like to come off and ask or talk to? I want to tell you that I'm here if you ever want to just talk, chat it up. Dad, I'm stuck, man. I'm stuck. I don't know what. Sometimes it takes talking to somebody else. Right? Maybe they'll say something, or maybe they've been through something themselves that maybe they can help you with. Our past can help somebody else's future. And I think that's what this life's all about. That's where we get equipped when we go through the crap and the crud, but we can help somebody else in the future. That in itself is purpose. All right, enough. Anybody got anything before we hop off here? Anybody? Fred, come on, talk to me, Fred.
I really appreciate what you're saying because as I'm in a team and our team leader and everybody in the team is all about Christ, and we value our customers more than we value the money that we're going to make out of the deal. And we're always saying that if we're in it for the money, God is going to provide something else, especially me. But if I'm in it to help a child of God to be the biggest investment of their life in real estate, may God's will be done. And when I'm talking to a customer, while the customer is telling me their criteria, my heart is into prayer. So God could tell me if I'm in connection with that person, if it's His will for me to work with that person or not. And I will not hesitate to tell the person, listen, I'll be more than happy to give you some information, but I will not be able to work with you. So I thank you for this motivational this morning and for guiding others to grow into God first before you put everything else into actions.
I love it. Fred, that is awesome. That is so awesome. And that's rare, guys. But look, peace can only come when you are doing that, because you just know you're doing the right thing. So, all right, guys. Well, we're going to wrap up. It's 8:45. I don't know if Brock's back in or not. I don't know if it's taking him 37 hours, maybe 27 hours. I don't know this time, getting back from the Philippines, but I think he'll be with us in the morning at 8:15. So make sure that you're here. I'm sure he's got a lot to tell us. And I appreciate all of you. Thank you for your time this morning. Gone. See ya. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.